the ultimate sacrifice, their lives, for the freedom of this country, for the ideals that this country still tries to move forward. We still try to be that shining light, a beacon of hope for everybody. Anyway, I say that a lot. Anyway, it's only when you stop and hear yourself. I did a podcast Sunday, and it was great. I had the Tim Cormal show. You can look that up on iTunes, on Stitcher. I was on there with Tim, a fellow named Joe out of Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Francie out of Delaware. And it was a good show. I enjoyed myself. I had a lot of interaction there. Y'all could tune in and listen to it. They made a big deal of me being there. I didn't see the big deal, but I sure appreciated Tim and had a great time. They've invited me back. I've been offered maybe a couple more shows that we might do on podcast with some other people. And yes, Tim, I will definitely return to your show. I definitely enjoyed myself. It's really good talking to people like that, spreading word and from different areas. And hell, nothing but good could come out of that stuff. So yeah, I enjoyed myself, and I have to apologize for not getting my show out yesterday. After the show, and my brothers had come over, and the mess afterwards, and everything had to be done. And by the time I got done helping Mama clean up, well, I didn't have a lot of time for research and stuff like that to get a show going. So y'all forgive me for that. Every once in a while, I guess I'm going to have to mess up something. Anyway, what's going on? Well, shit. Donnie's was back. Yeah, you can smell that crap in the air again now. It's getting a little thicker. Had a little rain, so it washed a little bit out of the air here, but cooled the temperatures off down here. But we're dealing with Donnie again, and all that implies, which means everybody in his office up there. Kushner, he's got his ass in a sling with trying to get the backdoor communication channel into Russia there, so he could get orders from Putin, I reckon. And you know, you have to remember all of this shit with Russia. Everything we've talked about Russia has to do with the sanctions, getting those sanctions lifted, and evidently has something to do with Donald's source of money flowing from Russia that his kids always talk about. You know, Donnie's got money coming in, and he's got to protect that stuff. But shit's getting deep. There's people that, you know, are going to be talked about, you know, that are going to be talked to. This guy named Oleg Dertaska, he's a Russian oligarch. Made a lot of money in aluminum. And evidently he had some dealings with Manafort. Anyway, that guy's asking for immunity. Hey, I got a story to tell too, and but I want immunity. Why do all these people, why does Flynn want immunity? Why does this guy dealing with Manafort, why does he want immunity? Well, because they know they broke the law. And they know there's a penalty to be paid for it. Flynn knows that. That's why Flynn knows he don't dance real good. His ass going to jail. And I don't know how he can get out of it. He's done dug his hole deep enough to, whew, you ought to be able to be finding the devil down there pretty soon. Always wondered if hell exists. Keep digging, Flynn, and we're going to find out. You're bound to hit him. And everybody's going to have a little problem over there. Because that's all this shit is. It's all tied to Russia. And all that oil that we've talked about. And that's who's making these deals. That's what it's all about, getting the sanctions lifted, getting that oil out of there, getting money for his Kushner's New York high-rise that he wants to build out there. All this has to do with money, people. It has nothing to do with the sanctity of our country. I don't know how we can trust our government anymore when it's in the charge of a liar. When the man that is in our house is known for lying. And he's back, oh Lord, he's back to tweeting again. What's he tweeting about? Well, of course he's tweeting about fake news. That's all that man knows. Fake news. Anything happening, fake news. It's fake news. Don't listen to that. It's fake news. Bullshit, Donnie. You're a little dick trying to hide everything. I'm not going to hide this shit. We'll all find out. Congress will find out. The Senate will find out. Mueller will find out. Everybody's going to find out what we already know, and that is Donnie's a dick. And Donnie's in this for as much money as he could possibly get out of our government, out of our country. That's what Donnie Dick does. He's in it for the money. He's never given a dime to this country. He told you himself, don't pay taxes. Yeah, and all that tells you everything. That man never gave a shit about this country until he wanted to run for president. Release your taxes, Donnie. Show me how much charity you've shown through the years. Ain't got none, I bet. Or some made-up charity bullshit. Yeah, that's Donnie. And I've had a few trolls lately on my YouTube channel bragging about him. Are you shitting me? One guy from Texas. Are you shitting me? You're going to hang that man around your neck like a cross and praise him? I don't think so, buddy. Texas is going to turn blue eventually. That pendulum will swing because there's more people who have brains around here than just ignorant butts that, what did he call it? He says he wasn't from Texas. He was from California. See, that's them people. They don't give a shit about California. They don't give a shit about anything. They're just right-wing trolls who want to puff up and act like they're something. They're ignorant butts. He's called himself one of the 3%ers. Whatever the freak that is. What is that, 3%? Is that one of them guys that want to succeed from the Union and all that shit? Those are ignorant butts who think that they can wave the American flag and then talk about seceding from the Union. You know, like, I love America, but I hate it enough to leave it. Kiss my ass. Every one of you. You want to wave the American flag in one hand and then hold a rebel flag in one? Oh, I believe in American values. No, I don't. I'm an asshole. It's ridiculous. These people who can't seem to figure out that those are opposing views. The American flag and the rebel flag, they're opposing views. Standing up for your country and then wanting to succeed from the Union are opposing views, idiot. Oh, Texas can become our own country. God, read a book, son. Anybody that wants to succeed from any state. California said it one time, oh, we'll succeed when they had a bunch of right-wing nuts out there. And that's the only people that want to do it. All these right-wing nut jobs that want to succeed from the Union because they don't want. The South, we'll succeed from the Union because we can't own black people. Kiss our ass. We got to drag your stinking asses up in here into our world and try to gain a little values. The values that the American flag stands for are not the values of the Confederate flag. It's not even the Confederate flag. It's just a piece of rag shit. It's not the Confederate flag. It's some flag out of Tennessee anyway. People don't know that shit. You have to keep reminding them. They're just ignorant. And they'll wave anything at all. Anyway, I seen over in England, hey, Jackie and Tony. England, Trump's got his little emblem, coat of arms. No, it's not. It's just an emblem you made up. It has nothing to do with the family history or nothing. But it has the word integrity on that emblem. Well, Great Britain said, no, you can't use that over here because it's on the crest of another family, and you can't infringe on the integrity of that family by lying about your integrity. That damn word shouldn't even be on your coat of arms or on your made-up little stamp or whatever. Integrity has nothing to do with the Trump name. The Trump name means we'll screw you over in a heartbeat, buddy. It means shit. It means shit. Talk about people behind their back. Do stinking shit. Sue people all day long or whatever it is that Donald Trump wants to do. That's no values. That's Donald Trump values. Trump University. Hey, give me all your money and I'll screw you out of it. Trump steaks, Trump wine, Trump anything. It's all a bunch of crap. Trump casinos, out of business. What's he got left? He's got shit left but his name. That's what he sells. And that's the only product Donnie Dump has. Little Donnie Dump is nothing but a little asswipe. And you take away his little name recognition shit, he's got nothing. He's got nothing to sell, so he wants to try to steal it any way he can, and he's doing a damn good job around here. Yeah, I want to hear what Oleg de Tasca has to say. If he's wanting immunity, there's got to be a reason why. Flynn wants immunity, got to be a reason why. When is Kushner going to ask for immunity? When's your little shit ass going to do? Stand up and say something. You're going, oh, I've had thousands of conversations, and I can't be remembering all of them. That's what Kushner's saying. I had thousands of conversations. Yeah? Well, I bet when you talk money, you remember that shit. So yeah, I think you remember everything. You just don't want to tell, you little weasel. Anyway, Merkel. You know, the leader of the free world nowadays. This is pitiful, folks. Pitiful. When Andrea Merkel stands up after the G7 and goes back and makes a speech over there, what she's talking about? The fight for our futures is our own. And she's referencing the fact that they can't rely on help from others to a certain extent. What's she talking about? Others. Can't rely on the help. She's talking about us. Because that dumb idiot went over there talking about pay us up or all that shit. He didn't do a damn thing. He didn't mention the article about protecting the other countries. That's why NATO was formed. He didn't bring up none of that stuff. He just brought up money, give me money, give me money. And we don't get it. They got to spend it on their own defense system. And that's where we go nuts. Shit, we spend all our money on defense because it's easy to convince people that, oh, we'll have to build up money for our defense. No, it's going to defense contractors. And look up an old documentary about the Iraq War when W went in. And old Dick Cheney and Halliburton and all them people over there. It was nothing but a contractor's war. That's what that was. And it started a mess. And ever since then, I'll tell you what, them defense contractors are getting goddamn rich. And we don't need other ships and we don't need other shit. We need to pay our soldiers, the ones we asked to die. We need to pay them a wage, a good wage. But it's not what that money's for. Nope. That's got to go to defense contractors because Lord knows we need to build some more shit. No, we don't need to build no more shit. We got lots of shit. I've seen helicopters stacked up on the goddamn tarmac forever. Anyway, Emmanuel Macron, he's putting his 2 cents out there. I kind of like that guy. I'm going to have to keep an eye on him. I really like him, the new president of France. He met with Putin. What did they talk about? Well, evidently Macron told him that the 2 things that the news reported, that he was tough on Syria, the Russian involvement in Syria, and that he stood up for gay rights, especially in Chechnya, where I understand a lot of gay men are getting killed over there because of Russian influence and all that crap. Because it's the same thing with the Christians over here. If you're a gay man, you should be killed or whatever, that shit that they still preach here crap too. Well, it's bad over there. And at least the French president has got balls enough to stand up and say something to Putin, because we know tiny balls, Trump ain't going to say squat to him. He accept hi daddy and get on his knees so Putin can maybe burp him a bit, because that's what our president is. He's a Russian puppet just like Hillary said he was. And I believe that. Anyway, eventually we'll get his ass out because there's just too much evidence coming down the pike. There's too many people want immunity for something not to be there. So we just got to continue this fight. We'll continue it every day. I missed a day. I'm sorry about that. I'll be here every day. I'll be here tomorrow. And somebody asked me when I was going to quit. Nope, not going to quit. I'm going to stay doing this shit until he's gone. And we need to all be keeping with our shit. Keep our shit going. Whatever your shit is, keep it going. Because the more of us, the louder our voice gets. And our voice goes all the way around the world. And we can't let idiots, we can't let things like 35-year-old men try to cut 2 young teenagers, 16 and 17, on a Portland train. That's bullshit. That's a guy that feels like he's empowered to get up and harass a 16 or 17-year-old girl. And why is he empowered to believe that? I don't know. I think it's the rhetoric that came out of Donald Trump's mouth. The one that instigates that kind of feeling in this country. He made one little old tweet condemning it or some shit like that. Get up and make a speech without reading it, goddammit. He can't do